So you could hear me saying, I'm excited about moving into this next season and be thinking, wow, it must be nice that she's just able to flow excitedly from season to season, connecting with God and journaling about how He is working in her life. So here's the truth that I want you to hear. I haven't felt excited. Hi, friend. I'm Susan Beth, and you are listening to the She Is podcast, where we talk about living life intentionally and about trusting that the desires you have deep within you are there for a reason. I believe that the Creator of the universe put those desires within you and that they are pathways to your purpose. My desire is that this would be a space that encourages you to lean in and to hear the whispers of the divine, and that you would be reminded of things that I honestly believe you already know. That you, my friend, are here for a reason. So if you're here for more conversations in that kind of space, welcome. Let's go. Hey, you. Happy summer. Yesterday marked mid-year for us and the official first day of summer. And I know many of you have started in your She Is Awakening summer journal. Some of you have sent me pictures and DMs showing me that yours has arrived and you're excited about getting it. And if you haven't ordered yours yet, you can find a link for that in the show notes. So what I want to talk to you about is not what I had originally planned for this episode, but it's what I feel like I should share with all of you that are listening. I've been saying for a few weeks how excited I am about entering this season of summer, and I am. I am excited, but I haven't felt excited. And let me say right off that this conversation is not about toxic positivity, but I think like with many things, speaking of that, we can often swing to the complete opposite side of a thought or idea when we see something abused. But I strongly believe in truth. Truth that keeps standing in spite of how it might be interpreted in the moment culturally. And one of those truths is intentionally aligning my thoughts and my life with the truth of God, which means not living by my feelings and not accepting or believing every thought that enters my mind. And taking those thoughts and those feelings that don't match up and replace them with the truth of what God says. So back to me talking about how I've been excited about moving into the summer season, yet I haven't always felt excited. This feels important for me to share because I'm someone that does a podcast where I'm sharing different things, and I share things on Instagram and other platforms. And I know how this works because I fall for it too all of the time. And even though we totally know in our head that in no way can the post that we're looking at hold all of the experiences of this person's life, and yet our heart looks at the image and the words and creates a story. And it's not that the image and the words that we see are a lie and not truthful. They are just not complete or the whole story. And that's why I feel like it's important for me to talk about this today. I talk about us living life intentionally, and this is the perfect example of that. In the past few podcast episodes, I've talked about the spring season that we've just walked out of, and how after all of the growth and the stretching, that I personally was excited about moving into the season of summer to have, a summer Sabbath. So you could hear me saying, I'm excited about moving into this next season and be thinking, wow, it must be nice that she's just able to flow excitedly from season to season, connecting with God and journaling about how He is working in her life. So here's the truth that I want you to hear. I haven't felt excited. I have continued to feel stretched in my life, and I felt tired from that stretching, and I've questioned what even matters. Yet, and here's the really important part that I want you to get, and yet I have been excited about entering summer because that is where I have set my intention and my hope and my heart. But I didn't stop there because I do know that my thoughts are just the starting point. I had to intentionally put action to faith. I started reading Matthew 11 from my journal every day and sometimes more than once. I was actually reading it from the summer journal. And even though it is in the daily rhythms of your spring journal, if you have that one. But I read this every day. Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me. Get away with me and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. And I know I've read that several times before, but I committed to reading this every day and sometimes more than once. And spoiler alert, if you don't already know this, but the truth and the Word of God is powerful and alive, and you can't take it in and it not change you. So little by little, learning and leaning into the rhythms of grace, I noticed these opportunities to experience and step into living freely and lightly. Now, did you catch that I said I noticed opportunities to experience and step into living freely and lightly? I want you to notice that because I had a choice. You and I have a choice. We were created with free will. I can notice all the opportunities to experience and step into living freely and lightly, but not step into those. We can get so comfortable with what we would even say isn't comfortable in our lives. So what keeps us from moving towards this invitation of living freely and lightly? And I would guess that the answer 99.9% of the time is fear. Fear of what we don't know yet and being comfortable with not having to know. And after all, isn't that what faith is? One of the weekly focuses in the summer journal is called Wonder and Whimsy. And I'll be talking more about that this summer, but I just thought about it because this is what we need more of in our life. And what I'm talking about, us being more childlike, filled with wonder at all that God is and running straight towards that wonder, trusting the whimsy of all the twists and the turns, knowing that He's got us. So today, I can tell you that I am excited and I feel excited about running into the summer season with my arms and my heart wide open, filled with wonder and hope for all of the beautiful ways that our spirits will find rest and soar with joy in living freely and lightly. I love you guys, and we'll talk soon. Hey, you. Thanks for listening. And if you would like to connect more, head over to SusanBeth.com and sign up, and you will be one of the first to find out about anything new. Plus, there's a special free download available just to say thanks. If something in this episode did speak to you, would you do me a favor and share it with a friend that you think it might resonate with as well? And until next time, keep showing up in the world just as God purposed you to do, because you being you is exactly what we all need.